The first incident was she and her husband decided to go Bangkok for holiday. Then they called me in the middle of the night. Then the husband telling me that the wife is very fearful and they will sense something is disturbing them lah. Of course, I tuned in to see what was happening. When she was telling me, I actually see her with a spirit of a child hanging to her neck. The child is actually sucking energy out from her. I asked her where she go. Apparently, she and her husband, they went into one of these shops selling those amulets. I suspect that there are spirit being put inside the amulet.
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
That my mom actually appeared to me. She's dead when I was 4, so she actually appeared to me from all the way 6 years old, all the way to about I was 12. Then mysteriously she just disappeared. My brother always say that I was like mumbling and talking. Then he will ask me, "Hey, who are you talking to?" Because I share a room with my brother. Then I will tell my brother, "Mom lah, she's there, can't you see her?" I think I really spoke him out that time, yeah. I felt that during that time is more as a protection. I guess to comfort, maybe I lost her too young. Yeah. So I guess that sort of already opened up my so-called third eyes as a child. I become quite sensitive. And I highly suspect my stepmom also see my mom because when I become teenager, she insists that it must be shifted. The must be shifted to Guangmingshan. Yeah, maybe that's the reason why I don't see her anymore. But it shouldn't be because ghosts can traverse space. Maybe her time is out. I rather believe her time is out on this earth. After that, I don't really sense her anymore. But I sense familiar spirit that try to come in her image to disturb me. I can tell by whether it's a good spirit or it's a negative spirit. A bad spirit, normally you can feel the energy different one. I guess at one point I wasn't very familiar in controlling my energy. Then they were trying to disturb me, ask me to follow them to hell, kind of thing like that. Like making you kill yourself, basically. That is where I know that it's definitely not, and you don't feel the energy is there on my mom. Yeah.
So I see a cross on your wall. I'm assuming you're a Christian.
Yes. That's how I find sanity within myself. Yeah. My first house is block, I think it's 85 if I'm not wrong. One particular night, I was walking out to third floor. I heard someone call my name. The third floor common corridor. It's supposed to be used for events. It's dark inside. Someone called my name. I know it's not right, so I just dashed all the way out to my house and locked it. Second house at Toa Payoh Lorong 2 is torn down already. I think they built it into private HDB. That one was where I can hear a lot, because it's quite an elderly area. Elderly tend to pass away, right? There were quite many nights I actually can hear the chains drag on the floor, And next day I see downstairs got funeral. Being exposed to Chinese culture, we believe that the hell guards coming from the souls of. But there was once I'm not very sure is when my landlady passed away. I was still at the house. I thought I heard something, and the next day she passed away. So I also heard some disturbance that night. After that, I shift to Lorong 1. That one was the best, man. When I first shift to there, first 1 month, every night I come home, it's past 11 p.m. The playground and the elderly exercise area will switch off light already, right? But the elderly exercise area always have a shadow of man sitting there. At 11 something, 12 something, 1 something, still had this man. I think he only appeared for me to see. Because when I go out my house, I look down, I cannot see him anymore. I think they are everywhere. Let's face it, they are everywhere. It's just that if you happen to have the kind of eyes to see them, then you will see them lor. But I don't agree that, seeing them means that you have to help them. It really depends on you have the capability, But if you ask me, I don't want to do that as a job, I'll tell you no. Because it zaps your energy just to do once. At that time, my ex-sister-in-law, that time still married to my brother, asked me to go with her on a gambling ship. So it's those like 2 day, 1 night kind of thing. So I was also bored, school holiday, nothing to do, so go with her. Wow. After that, I already tell her, you sabo me. You see, you also don't tell me. Okay, what happened was she went gambling first. I was alone in the room and it was getting late around nearly 12 midnight, so I decided, let's sleep lah. Know what else you can do, right? You already tour all the facility, right? It's not interesting, how much buffet you can eat, how much arcade you can play, right? After a while you get bored. So first is I thought I heard a knock on my front door, and I was still quite stupid that time to go and open. Nobody. Okay, the next thing, I closed the door already, the front door of my room. I heard the knock came from my beside, which is the bathroom. Then the high alert in me already is not human. I can see the curtains, which my sister-in-law also told me she saw the curtain moving and she saw the ghost, so that's why she left for the gambling den. Then the next thing is I saw the long hair, white shirt ghost looking at me, and the next thing come dashing towards me. That's where I call out the name of my God, Jesus. She just disappeared. After that, me and my sister-in-law, both of us, shared that yes, we saw that, and we decided not to disturb that ghost anymore, because basically we are intruding into her space. I have a friend who believes in buying a lot of all this amulet stone to increase her luck. The thing is, her religion, everything is 6:30. She don't know she's a Buddhist or a Christian or everything. She's like into everything, like into feng shui, So I did warn her before. I say that, by the way, you want to buy all these things, you must make sure your own energy is strong enough. Because if you can't tell that the thing that you buy is of a correct energy, you're actually harming yourself. The first incident was she and her husband decided to go Bangkok for holiday. Then they called me in the middle of the night. Then the husband telling me that the wife is very fearful and they will sense something is disturbing them. Of course, I tuned in to see what was happening. When she was telling me, I actually see her with a spirit of a child hanging to her neck. The child is actually sucking energy out from her. I asked her where she go. Apparently, she and her husband, they went into one of these shops selling those amulets. I suspect that there are spirit being put inside the amulet. And the thing is, I told her off after I done everything for her. I said that if you don't intend to buy, don't go in. And don't ask so much questions and give people the impression you want to buy. You offended the owner. What I felt that happened was, when she went in, you present yourself as a very potential customer. So of course, they will send their spirit to try and attract you. And then whatever that can attach to you, you buy it home, basically. So-called is yours to keep already. Then you go in, ask so much questions, you don't buy, you like make a fool of the owner. Then I prayed a prayer, command the spirit to go. Surprisingly, the next morning, she regained her sanity. But I felt energy gone out on me a lot. That was the first time that I really intervened for someone. Second time was, again, this same foolishness friend who's still trying to buy luck, ordered a stone from Malaysia. When I saw it, I saw a snake inside. So knowing this friend got very low energy, right? I told her off. I said, I got to tell you, it don't suit you. No matter what dragon they tell you, inside is not dragon, inside is a snake, okay?
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.